What is up, y'all? Ando is here at High Life today, back in Andos Corner. And today we're gonna be reviewing the albums and making that shit happen with that 40-minute song. So let's get right into it, shall we? All right, y'all, I got a little eager and I changed some rhythms. So I'm gonna do 8 minutes, okay? I'll take like 2 minutes off, how about that? Because it was short. I changed the piano sample and then I added some snare roll. Let me know in the comments if you're okay with that. 8 minutes, starting now. Seconds, 56 seconds, shit. I'm having fun though. Alright, y'all. That's time. I feel like I did a decent job. Got 2 more sessions of this left. I guess it's not gonna be the end of the month. It's gonna be like first week of September, I guess. But we still thrive. So we made the beat. Now it's time to review some albums. Let's listen to album number 1, 2XR, The Death of Two-Face in 3, 2, 1.
With a big body sim, I own all the shit that I spend, y'all ran it. These niggas don't know, but I do shit like that. Some kicked out the army, bitch, I been a man. Just give me the target and I swear they fans. These niggas keep talking, but not really with it. I fill up the roster, these bitches be feeling. We sparking your pockets, y'all fucking with villains. Nigga don't come my way. Big to the Glock, had to spin around and take his fag. Bitch, I'll make you MIA. I'll make you MIA. Nigga, I've been insane. Niggas mad cause I'm doing my thing. Mad cause I'm doing my thing. Cause that bitch want mad. Nigga, fuck around, you get hang. Fuck around, you get hang.
So I just listened to 2XR's album, Death of Two-Face. Pretty good album. So what I'm doing is I'm doing listenability, cohesion, album cover, how many features, and authenticity. I'm judging all those. Listenability, I'll give it a 8 out of 10. Cohesion of full project. Lyrically, it was harder to catch like a story, but an overarching theme, I kind of caught the vibe. My interpretation of The Death of Two-Face was that in the beginning it was going back and forth between a version of him that was just had all these dark thoughts, dealing with vices, etc. And then after the intermission, or the interlude, the second half is more reflective, more introspective, and more of like Two-Face died, now it's 2XR. So I give the cohesion of the full project a 7 out of 10. Album cover, I think the Splatoons, you know, it's cool, it's cool. I think I get it. I get the transformation from the Splatoons to the squid. And just the split, the death of Two-Face and the two sides, I can really tell. How many features? It was a solo album, so I'll give it a 10 out of 10. You know, you rep that shit, you rep your own shit, so shout out to 2XR for real. Authenticity, I give it like a 8 or 9 out of 10, just because I've heard this type of music before. You know, it's that good underground vibe. But also, some of those songs were definitely different. Like, I was getting like underground 3005 by Childish Gambino, Lil Wayne vibes, some Summers vibes, you know, autumn and shit like that. Overall, I give this album like a 8 out of 10. All right, so now we're gonna listen to Swae Otto's album, Letting Off Steam.
You got 20 hoes in the bedroom, nigga, okay, what you wanna do? We got 20 rats, nigga, put it up, don't shoot us, aim at you. Niggas saying that they know me, you don't know a thing, bitch, get booed. Had to call up my bro, we put shit down, they like, let's shoot it up. That inside my circle, she ain't with it, little bitch, you blew it. When we running up that paper, ain't no stopping, we get to it. I'm the oldest out the bunch, so I lead with my influence. Need a whole class, fight a much, come eat it, yeah, come and chew it, yeah. Feel like swimming going.
All right, I just listened to Swae Otto's album, Letting Off Steam. It's pretty solid, pretty solid. Definitely gave big Atlanta vibes. Pretty sure he's from there, and now he lives in Virginia. But yeah, solid production, good mixing, all that shit. For the categories, listenability, I think throughout, I could definitely see myself just driving around or like walking to school listening to that shit. I listened to a lot of Lil Baby in high school. Got some parallels to that. So I give that like a 8 out of 10. For cohesion of full project, I think it was definitely a vibe. I mean, the whole thing is letting off steam. I definitely got that vibe of letting off steam throughout, talking about life, his experiences, and like what he wants from life. That counts as letting off steam to me. So I say that's pretty cohesive. Definitely wasn't like a story being told per se, more just like I said earlier, like the vibe, the energy. So yeah, I give that like a, just for my personal taste, like a 7 out of 10. For album cover, give it 8 out of 10 because that shit matched exactly what he was talking about, letting off steam, and then his face was turning into steam, so that definitely worked. How many features? He had 2 features. I give that a 9 out of 10. Those features were fire and definitely added to the message I feel like he was trying to portray of just like getting shit out, getting shit off your mind, off your body, and into the world. Authenticity, I give that like a 7.5 out of 10 because I'm sure he was being himself throughout, but I've heard it before. I've heard a lot of those flows before, a lot of those words before, those phrases. But overall, great project. You know, like I said, great production. Overall project, 8 out of 10. All right, next album we're gonna listen to is Educated and Hopeless by Heaven Hall.
Cause she's always around him and it makes me so sick. Cause I'll never look like Abby. Straight red hair but pulls it off like a blondie. Wrapped around his arms so tight. Oh, this situation bites. Yeah, I'll never look like Abby. I hold my tongue but I've been...
All right, so I just listened to Educated and Hopeless by Heaven Hall. Great album. You know, I think all these albums are very, very solid. This is my personal opinions, but a lot of them are just very well done, honestly. So with Heaven, very well produced, very abstract. I got like good Lola Young type vibes, very introspective. Gave me a sense of like young love or like high school sweetheart, you know, yearning for that, but not being able to grasp it. So let's go down the list. Listenability, I give it like an 8 out of 10, very solid. I wouldn't skip them per se. I could listen through the whole album, no biggie. Cohesion of the project, I'll give it like a 9 out of 10. You know, it was very easy to follow, especially with the album cover, which I'll get to in a sec. But just that feeling of yearning. There wasn't a story. I feel like a lot of these, the theme has been like based off vibes. And it is really hard to tell a consistent story throughout, but that's kind of the metric I'm going for the cohesion. It wasn't like a specific story, but I could tell like there was certain scenarios that the artist went through and described them, make them feel a loss. And then the last song was kind of like living in that loss, living in that absence of satisfaction in any regard. In this case, it's the love, the young love that you're not good enough for something. So I give it a 9 out of 10 because I could definitely follow that. The cover art, I give it a 9 out of 10 as well because she's reaching for the crown, like she's reaching for that thing she can't have. Reaching for something. Very, very well done, 9 out of 10. How many features? There's 1 feature. It was solid. It was hard to tell it was a feature, so I give it like a 9 out of 10 as well. And authenticity, I give it a 9 out of 10 as well. A lot of these phrases are very singer-songwriter, you know, very poetic. And also like these experiences are very sounding like unique to her, like you can tell it's like her. Overall, some great albums were played today, great songs were listened to, and shout out 2XR, shout out Heaven Hall, shout out Swae Otto. Y'all are fantastic artists. Y'all should definitely check them out. I'm gonna put their links to their Instagram in the bio, so make sure to tune in. And yeah, let me know if that was like a okay review. I've never done like a review like this. We're just learning, you know. You see that light back here came in halfway through. That's because Jacko came in and was like, yeah, you're gonna need to fix this. And, you know, it's okay, we learned. We had that other recording from last week. It was in stereo when I recorded it. This week's in mono. You know, we're learning. That's what this whole thing is about. Learning, living life. Living life. It's been Ando, week 2. August drops in Andos Corner. We at High Life today. I hope to see y'all in the next video. Peace.